4. Hey hockey fans, welcome back. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. My name is Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. Rangers Lightning Game 1 just wrapped up. Tell you what, a little bit of surprise there, but we'll get to that in just a moment on Today in Hockey. But first and foremost, we do have to get to headlines. Did have a couple of pieces of exciting news today. Then we'll get to my observations from the game tonight, and then we'll continue picking games. We do have Game 2, Oilers-Avs. I'm excited for that one, so we'll get into that pick as well. And then we're going to conclude the evening with another wonderful article deep dive. This time we're asking a really, really important question. Is Connor McDavid the greatest skater ever? Well, according to 5 NHL legends, he might just be. So we're going to take a look at that article. It was really, really good, so excited to bring that one to you. Before I forget, though, if you do enjoy the content, please take a moment, like the video, and go ahead subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you videos daily, all this excellent hockey content, even during the off-season. So without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? All right, headlines. First and foremost, Montreal Canadiens. You should be very excited. I know I am for you guys. Martin St. Louis is going to remain your head coach. He did sign a 3-year deal. He said that's a perfect amount of time to build something, right? And we're building from the ground up, Canadian fans. So hopefully this will... the draft will be your first stepping stone there. Let's see who we're going to pick. I know we have some Uraj fans out there, so if you are a fan, check out my video from yesterday. It was a really good one, a really fun article from The Athletic again. We love going to The Athletic, but yeah, definitely check that one out. But Canadian fans, you should be excited. I think he did a wonderful job with this team towards the end. Cole Caulfield in particular really, really did respond well to his coaching, so very exciting. All right, moving on. Carolina Hurricanes, a little bit of sad news, if you will. Jordan Staal, will not seek a contract extension. He said 11 years has been a heck of a run. He just wants to ride out this current deal, play next season, and then kind of see where his heart may lay. Maybe he retires. I know he's getting up there. But Canes fans, let me know in the comments. Do you want to see Jordan Staal keep playing, or do you think he should have one last season, call it a career, and move on? Yeah, let me know in the comments. All right, and we did have a game tonight. Rangers Lightning. I tell you what surprised me. I thought the Lightning were going to come out firing, and it was the opposite. I even tweeted about it. I said, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Rangers came out and just obliterated them after I picked the Lightning, of course. And sure enough, they did. So 6-2 is the final score we see there, and the scoring got started right away within 2 minutes. And I tell you what, rust is real. That's my first observation. The Lightning, they just didn't look very sharp tonight in a lot of ways. I know Stamkos had a nice goal in the first period, but in so many ways there was a lot of sloppy plays, and Vasilevsky didn't look his normal self. So rust is real. They had a lot of games off. We talk about needing that for recuperation, but man, game shape is also a real thing. Number 2, youth has arrived. Rangers fans, you guys should be excited. Laffy, he's been playing great. 9 points in 14 playoff games, and as Grav pointed out on Twitter, the effort has just been elite. So kudos to you, young lad. That just incredible to watch. And Philip Hedl with another 5 goals in 3 games now. Just absolutely incredible showing out of him recently. And Kakko even had an assist tonight on a nice pass. So the youth, I'm here to say it, the youth has arrived. The kid line is living up to their expectations a little bit. I know Rangers fans, you want more, and you always want more, and as you should. But Rangers fans, speaking of you guys showed up tonight. It was great. The garden was humming. Loved the chants. My favorite was the Igor's better chant. It was just great to listen to. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, right? 2 excellent goalies, opposite of our Western Conference final. But yeah, it's just fun to see the fans be so passionate. I know Rangers fans kind of get a hard time. I don't understand it. I think you guys love your team, and I love to see it. But Adam Fox, another little tidbit here. He had his 20th point in only his 18th career playoff game. Ties Gary Suter for the second fastest to that 20-point mark. They're both behind Alec McGinnis, had 17 games to get to that 20-point mark. So good for you, Adam Fox. Excellent job, sir, and he's playing great right now. Rangers fans, you should be excited. 6-2 victors, man. Let's get into the picks, though. We got a game tomorrow night, Oilers-Avs. Tell you what, after tonight's loss, I did pick the Bolts. We are 34-21. We're still in good shape, but we're going to make this short and sweet, Oilers are going to win this puppy, right? We're down 1-0. The Avs just looked like the better team in so many facets. We talk about how we're about to talk about how fast Connor McDavid McDavid is and his speed and his ability with the puck, well, the Avalanche have Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar, and that speed and their team speed is just impressive all up and down that lineup. So it's going to be a tough one, absolutely. This might be the Oilers fan in me coming out, but I do think we're going to win 1-0. All right, let's get into it. Really, really excited for this one. The Athletic, Connor McDavid is the best skater NHL's skating greats have ever seen. This one's coming to us by Daniel Nugent-Bowman and Dan Robson. And I tell you what, this is one of the funnest articles I've read in a really long time. They essentially sat down with 5 legendary skaters from NHL history and asked them questions about Connor McDavid and his skating ability. We talked to Paul Coffey, Mike Modano, Mike Gardner, Paul Correa, and Scott Niedermayer. And tell you what, just as a fan of the game, that's some star power right there. And it's nice that we got some different eras in here, right? Paul Correa for some of our younger fans, Mike Gardner, Paul Coffey, Mike Modano too for our 90s, 2000s fans. But anyway, they did ask a series of questions, and each player went through and kind of gave their answer in like a round table form. I'm not going to go through all of them. That's what the article's there for. I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys, but I'll give you a taste because some of these points are really fun, and I really enjoyed it. So, fastest skater you've ever seen, and the consensus was mostly McDavid, except Mike Modano did lean kind of heavy into McKinnon, said it was both of them. But the biggest key that they pointed out was their ability to skate fast with the puck. That's what separates them from others. There are other people that can skate faster. I mean, we even saw it. Jordan Kyrou beat Connor McDavid in the skills competition this last season. So there are faster straight line skaters, but it's their ability to not lose a gear with the puck that separates them, and the things they can do at speed are just incredible, mind-blowing. That's where those highlights come from, right? The next question: do you recall the first time you saw McDavid skate? What were your impressions? And this one was kind of neat because McDavid was always a highly touted youngster, so his name was known. I believe some of them talked about seeing him at 14. Paul Correa said, he's like a video game player. He's exactly what you would want if you created a video game player. His shiftiness, his ability to move side to side, and straight line bursts, just incredible. Mike Gardner, he is going to get faster. That line stood out to me. Are you kidding? He's going to get faster? I mean, he's, 26? Yeah, absolutely. If it keeps developing, keeps getting stronger. That's the other thing they pointed out was Connor McDavid's work ethic is no one can match it. He's always, first in the gym, last one out. He's leading the laps in practice. It's just fun to watch. Now, what sets McDavid apart as a skater? And this was a neat one to think about, too, because you do see it in games, and you see how he takes advantage of certain situations. But the big one they talked about was his ability in short bursts, his first 4 strides, and then his ability to change direction so quickly. He's so shifty. He uses his speed and those steps to even avoid hits. It's just incredible to watch. But he also back checks, too. He puts the work in. That ties back into it, too. So he puts himself into good positions to use that acceleration, that short burst. So many times it looks like he's just flying around people. Well, he put in the work ahead of time. If you follow him earlier in the shift, you see him coming back around. So it's really neat to see them talk about that, too, all 4 of them. Now, this one was neat, especially for the older gentleman. Could you beat him in a race in your prime? And Mike Gardner is known as a speedster. He won the speed competition as a 36-year-old, so he even talks about, he's like, I don't know, maybe in my prime, I would have loved to do it. Paul Coffey, that's what he said too, and Paul Coffey is very close to the Oilers, so this is kind of neat. You almost get a biased opinion a little bit, but Paul Coffey's like, I don't think I could take him, but I would love to try, right? And that's the competitor in him, so gotta love that as well. And last but not least, what is your favorite McDavid highlight? And we did post this puppy because this is one of my favorites. I don't know if it is my favorite, but essentially that was kind of the moral of the story on this question for them too. None of them really gave a definitive answer on one definitive play. It's essentially anytime he makes a defender look silly, anytime he does something in a tight space that just the puck looks like everyone can have it, and then all of a sudden he's the one that ends up with it and then makes the goalie look just stupid. It was really neat though to read through this. I highly recommend it. Definitely check this one out. Like I said, I'll leave the link down in the description for you. We had another excellent night of hockey. I appreciate you guys joining me through this journey. We're just getting started. We do have a giveaway. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so please, take a moment. If you made it this far, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's probably going to show up above my head at one of these moments here in just a sec. But thank you again. I really do appreciate it. I love hockey, and I hope you guys too. Thank you for commenting on our recent videos. Until next time, cheers.